What's up everyone, it's Frank from AM Ramen, and today I'm introducing the best miso ramen restaurant in Shibuya. They're one of my favorite spots here. They're open really late, 5 a.m. stamp of approval. And more recently, they've also been offering vegan and gluten-free options. I'm going to be highlighting their famous miso ramen, but also their Shoyu vegan ramen. Let's do this.
For those new here, 5 AM Ramen is about the best ramen in Tokyo and all of Japan. I grew up in Tokyo and have eaten thousands of bowls of ramen up to now. In other words, born and raised on ramen. I'm now on my way to our Shibuya ramen shop. The Shibuya area of Tokyo is famous for its big crossing and overall shopping and nightlife. The Dogenzaka Hill is at the center of the action in Shibuya, and it's just a short walk from the station. This is where our ramen shop is located. And it is Shimbu Sakiya. They're famous for their broiled miso ramen. Definitely the best miso ramen in Shibuya and one of my top miso ramen picks in all of Tokyo. Let's go inside. With the current situation, Shimbu Sakiya recently installed a high-tech temperature checker, and for their ticket machine, where you make your ramen purchases, they have disposable sticky paper. This way, you can use these without directly touching the screen. They're always on top of things like this. Let's head to the kitchen and watch Okumura-san prepare their signature broiled miso ramen for us. When I say broiled, I mean broiled. It's like a fireworks show in the kitchen. But it's not for show. This gives the broth a deep, smoky flavor and aroma. Seasoning, soup, noodles, and toppings.
All right, here we go. I got the signature broiled miso ramen. Let's start with the soup. Oh yeah. Now, Okumura-san, the owner, he blends several types of miso in the soup. This includes Shinshu miso and also Hokkaido koiten miso. There's a lot going into just the miso seasoning itself. Sapporo miso ramen normally has a lot of pork bones as part of the soup. And this is also the case at Shimbu Sakiya. We've got pork bones in here as well as chicken and fish elements, or sardines I should say, which is niboshi. And because everything's broiled, it's got a wonderful smokiness to it. And it's served piping hot, so be careful. This is one of those bowls where you probably need to slurp if you don't want to burn your tongue. The soup is also relatively thin. It doesn't hit you in the face like some other miso ramen bowls might. It's gentle, but so packed with flavor. The noodles are thick and wavy, your typical Sapporo style. And for toppings, we've got onions, bean sprouts, and also negi. And they again carry that wonderful smokiness to them because they're stir-fried. We've also got chashu pork, and I got an egg to top it off. Now, Okumura-san, the owner, is from Sapporo, Hokkaido, so you can definitely bet on this being an authentic bowl of Sapporo miso ramen. And it hits the spot like no other, regardless of the weather outside. But on a rainy day like today, maybe hits the spot even more.
For reference, Shimbu Sakiya also does a spicy miso ramen, if you're craving more heat. Now we're moving on to bowl number 2, their vegan shoyu ramen, or soy sauce ramen. We're also adding unique brown rice noodles. These noodles don't have any gluten in them, unlike your standard ramen noodles. Not too long ago, vegan ramen, gluten-free noodles in Tokyo would have been unheard of. This is not the case now. Seasoning, soup, noodles, and toppings.
Okay, round 2. Have the vegan shoyu ramen with gluten-free noodles. I'm gonna start with the soup. Just like the color of this soy sauce or shoyu, it's very dark and also bold in flavor. It's got a really tangy soy sauce quality to it, but also a little bit of sweetness as well. Now, I'm not vegan myself, but every so often I do like to enjoy vegan ramen. I think, when you're not relying on the flavors that come maybe from pork bones or chicken bones, what do? This is a good example of that. It's got a wonderful flavor to it, coming from vegetable stock. Now we've got here gluten-free noodles. These noodles are actually made from brown rice. And the noodles really have this ability to soak up all that broth. You get a lot of that punchy soy sauce flavor in these noodles when you slurp them. Now for toppings, you're treated to a mountain of vegetables. This includes cabbage, bean sprouts, 1 cherry red tomato, and also plenty of corn. Now with inbound travel practically non-existent, you don't see a lot of people ordering this vegan ramen here in Tokyo. However, a lot of people are ordering the gluten-free brown rice noodles. Maybe these are people that are allergic to gluten, or they just want a healthier alternative compared to the typical noodles. So in summary, gluten-free, animal product-free, and also guilt-free perhaps, delicious shoyu ramen. And even if you're not vegan yourself, this is a great bowl to enjoy.
Besides the vegan shoyu ramen, they also do a vegan miso ramen, the same delicious smokiness there too. They have a vegan shio ramen as well. It's seasoned with salt. It has a bright, bright flavor. Okumura-san also recently added another ramen that is inspired by Kyoto vegetarian cuisine, and it doesn't have certain ingredients like garlic. He's always trying new things. With all of these menu options, they've got you covered. From the two bowls that we zoomed in on today, the broiled miso ramen and the vegan shoyu ramen, let me know which one gets you most excited, whether this is based on your dietary requirements or just what you think looks tastiest. Shimbu Sakiya has plenty of space with 2 floors, unusual for a ramen shop in Tokyo. While travel to Japan isn't possible now, they'll be happy to see you when travel does reopen. Here are a few words from Okumura-san, the owner.
皆さんこんにちは。北海道札幌味噌ラーメン新部サキヤ、東京の渋谷にお店があります。今コロナ禍で皆さん日本に遊びに来れないと思います。本当に店の売り上げも下がって大変な状況ですが、ぜひコロナがなくなって皆さんが日本に遊びに来れるようになった時に、ぜひ渋谷の道玄坂新部サキヤ寄ってください。私の店はビーガンヌードル、それからオリエンタルベジタリアン、グルテンフリーヌードル、グルテンフリーフライドチキンといろいろありますので、皆さんが3人4人で来てもグルテンフリー、ベジタリアン、ビーガン、ヌードルオールショップです。ぜひ東京に来た時は渋谷に遊びに来てください。My company and 北海道札幌ラーメン and 東京Shimbu Sakiya. Please come to Shibuya. My noodle shop Shimbu Sakiya. See you.
I hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for non-stop tasty ramen content. This is Frank from 5am Ramen reminding you that Tokyo is the only city in the world where you can have fantastic ramen at 5 a.m. And again, Shimbu Sakiya is indeed open until 5 a.m. Any time of day, their ramen will surely hit the spot. Thanks for watching.